Hi, Captain Brian Gettemeier with the Gettemeier Fire Protection District, inviting you to attend my class, Municipal Firefighter Guide to Industrial Emergency Response at FDIC 2022. The fact of the matter is most of our communities have some sort of industry in it. It might be a small complex, a couple thousand square feet, or it might be a mega complex of which rivals a city in itself. In either case, industry has some very unique hazards to it, and some unique hazards that as municipal firefighters we're not exposed to. So in addition to being a 26-year career municipal firefighter, I've also spent the last 26 years as a part-time industrial emergency response instructor. So I'm here to bridge that gap between a municipal firefighter and the hazards that we may face at an industrial facility. So some of the topics we're going to talk about is fire protection systems. There are some very unique aspects to fire protection systems. The water supply issue. We're talking we might have to have fire flows of greater than 10,000 gallons a minute. What about the general hazards of the facility? High energy, combustible dust, hazardous materials. What kind of emergency response team do they have on site? Is it a small fire brigade, maybe an incipient fire brigade that may deploy hose lines and fire extinguishers in street clothes to begin a firefight before we arrive? Or is it a full structural fire brigade with SCBA, structural firefighting gear, and maybe even apparatus responding to the incident? What kind of command structure are they going to have? Are they going to rely on us solely for incident command, or are we going to use a unified command system? Some of these larger industrial facilities have full incident command teams that train very much in emergency response at their facility, and they're going to take the greater role in incident command, and we're going to provide a support role. That's not something that we're necessarily used to. What about continued production? A lot of these facilities, it isn't a switch. We don't flip a switch and production stops. We have to ramp down that production. Sometimes production will continue even during the emergency because the startup process is so great, or the product they're providing is so critical. Maybe as like in an electric plant, the product is so critical, they're going to continue to produce electricity while we do the firefight if we can safely do that. Let's look at the facility layout. How is it laid out? With beam numbers and column numbers and street names and just the general layout of how buildings are connected. So once we get on site, we can find our way around and access the facility. There's a whole importance of pre-planning. What are we going to do before? We need to develop that relationship with that industrial facility long before the incident occurs. Let's start building that relationship, getting in there, learning the hazards, learning the fire protection systems, and we're going to talk about that also. I hope you find that this short video intrigues you enough to attend my class at FDIC 2022.